Dear guests, dear viewers, dear people, I'd like to thank you for joining us and welcome you to this special episode of On the Court on Podcast Incubator, one of the most legendary and most viewed podcasts. So big salute to all of our viewers and thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for joining us. I'm very honored and happy to have you here in Croatia. We all are. And as you can say by the round of crowd that we have, the hype was real and we're very happy to have you here. So. Obviously, Skechers on the court. The reason why we all here, you guys are doing the European tour. Tell me how it's going. Tell me the first impressions. This is the last leg of the tour. Zadar, you guys have been around. So tell me, how has the week been?
It's been an amazing week. It's been great to be able to see the basketball presence over here in Europe. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, going into it. So seeing all the great energy around it and supported by Skechers has just been amazing for us, I think.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been it's
Try it out. Try it again. No, try it.
It's been amazing.
There we go.
I knew basketball was big out here, but not like this. So it's awesome to see, the love for the game. And then, I love this place. I love Croatia. It's really cool.
All right, glad to hear. Big round of applause. I think everybody likes it here in Croatia. We got the sun, we got the sea. We got to tune the mics though. We got to work on the mics a little bit. Should be good. I think we're okay now. Perfect. So let's talk about shoes. Let's talk about sneakers. So three of us have been in the NBA, and something every kid dreams of when they walk onto the court. They're like, oh, I want to get unlimited access to shoes. I want to get all the shoes I want. How is it in the NBA? Question like, hey, can you get as much gear as you want? What's your deal with the shoes? Especially now, you guys being the faces of Skechers, along with obviously Julius and Embiid. How do you approach it? Do you change shoes every game? Like, how do you see? What's your sneaker game like? Terrence?
Yeah, I try to use the same shoe for probably I'll say a week and a half, 2 weeks. I probably try to use the same shoes, same to 2-3 pairs of shoes, kind of recycle them every couple games for 2.5 weeks. Yeah.
You don't change the shoes every game?
No, not every game. I used to do that in college, and that was kind of hectic for my feet. But that's probably because I was wearing other brands. I think with Skechers, because they're so comfortable, I could probably change them every game if I wanted to and be okay.
It seems like it for sure. What's your feeling, OG?
Yeah, like he said, because they're so comfortable, I'm able to switch every other game. Depending on how the game's going, if I'm missing shots, I'll switch shoes at halftime or the first quarter, just depending on how it's going. So, yeah, I love that about Skechers. It doesn't matter which model I wear. They feel the same. They feel great.
You do that? You're going to switch mid-game?
Yeah, I do all the time.
Really?
It's kind of bad.
I play with guys that change shoes every single game, and it was just too much for me, like you said, Terrence. But then I never wore Skechers and never had a chance to, but now I do, and I love everything about them. I was the first Skechers skeptic, and I'm not going to lie about it. We spoke about it with the team, with you guys being here, and I'm very happy that Skechers made a push for breakthrough in basketball. I think they're doing a fantastic job so far, especially, obviously, getting guys like you involved. So how is the life on the tour? You guys have been, there's always some legendary stories on these, when the brands go on tour. You guys, did you play one-on-one? Did you go sightseeing? How was it? How was your guys' dynamics?
The tour hasn't been too hectic. It hasn't actually been too hectic. It's been very calm, very cool. Nothing crazy has happened. So we've been blessed for that. But it's been a cool tour. We got to see. We went some touring in Belgrade, and we got to see the White Wall. That was pretty cool on the water over there. See all the little restaurants down there, the boats going by. So that was a pretty cool vibe in Serbia. But it's nothing like this. This is crazy. I keep saying this is like a Caribbean meet European type of vibe over here.
I'm happy to hear you like it. OG, what's your stance?
No, it's been pretty cool, the tour. Not too much, but it's been very relaxing and cool to see and tour all the different places. And yeah, I love Croatia so much. I keep saying it. I really do. It's beautiful here.
That's great to hear because we're in the basketball capital of the country. We've been to Višnjik, the Krešimir Ćosić venue. You guys had a clinic with the kids over there. They were all wearing Skechers. The kids loved it. You had a nice little time. What's your story with the Croatians? How much do you know about Croatian basketball? Obviously, you guys have played with some Croatians, so I'm sure the crowd would like to know if you got some good anecdotes, whether playing against some Croatians or playing with Croatians.
Well, for me, I had a lot of battles versus Bojan when he was at Utah, so that was tough for me. Tough matchup, hard guarding him. It seems like he never missed a shot. And then in terms of Croatian basketball and Croatia itself, Ivica Zubac took it upon himself to be the person that tells me about Croatia every other day of his life. Always trying to tell me a new fact or what's going on with his horses. Like, it's just always Croatia this, Croatia that. So
that's right. His horses.
Yeah,
his horses.
I'm finally here, and I'm happy to be here.
Too bad we couldn't get Ivica here, but only more reason for you to come back and enjoy the coast. What about yourself, OG? You play with some Croatians?
I played with Bojan in New York. Yeah, I loved him. He's a great player, great teammate. So being around him, he talked about Croatia too, not like Zubac was, but he definitely talked about Croatia and like the food and all the fun stuff to do out here.
The Croatians I think we got 4 now. Obviously, Karlo Matkovic, Dario Šarić. We always had a lot of Croatians here. But Krešimir Ćosić, Dražen Petrovic. Obviously, you guys got now with a special member, Dražen Petrovic, one of our greatest Croatian basketball players, Toni Kukoc, Dino Rad. So I'm not surprised that crowd showed up and gave you guys support like this. So obviously, doing the podcast incubator is very famous for its Q&A from the crowd. We're going to do that a little bit later. We gave the people online a chance to ask you guys some questions. You guys had a chance to talk to the kids today at the clinic. So growing up, obviously, you guys have your respected paths, each one in your own way. Childhood heroes, like, who was the guy you grew up idolizing when you played and, when you grabbed that ball for the first time?
For me, it was my mom played at Georgetown, and she was there 1 year or 2 years, 1 year with Allen Iverson, sorry. So that was just like a household name for us. And when I picked up the ball, that's just who I wanted to be.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, it was Michael Jordan. It was always my favorite player, so him.
Jordan, all right. We touched upon this earlier. You get the chance to meet your idol, Jordan?
Yeah, I met Jordan one time.
Were you starstruck? Honestly.
A little bit, but not really.
I remember my first time seeing him in person. He was always next to the bench in the Charlotte games, and then you're always wondering, like, is he going to be in the booth, in the VIP lounge? Is he going to be next to the court? So it was exciting that first time we see him. All right, so when you get to the NBA, you're already good, but you're not established. You're welcome there as a rookie. What's your oh shit moment? When was the moment when you realized, like, oh shit, I'm in the NBA? I'd love to hear that story.
For me, it was my first like team outing, team getaway or team bonding vibe. Like, it was right off the rip because on our roster we had Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Lou Williams, Pat Beverly, Montrezl Harrell, Patrick Patterson, Mo Harkless. So like,
that's a hell of a team.
Yeah, it was just all vets right away, and then it was me and another rookie. So it was like the first day I walked in, it was like, oh my goodness,
oh my
this
god,
is crazy.
That's a hell of a roster, man.
Yeah. So
how did you find your way in that team?
It wasn't. I mean, being me, just figuring out. I just would, always ask the older vets, like, what do you think this team needs from a younger guy? And then I just followed that path, whatever they said.
Any rookie hazing?
Here and there.
Here and there.
I wouldn't call it hazing. I would call it maturing. Yeah.
I mean, it feels like the time when I was getting out of the NBA, hazing was getting like lower and lower. As much of it, right? What do you think, OG?
Yeah, hazing's not a thing anymore. I mean, not of our team last year. No one's was being a bully or anything.
Yeah. Seems like the generations just seems to have changed a little bit. Like, people don't treat each other like... I heard some crazy stories about the 80s and the 90s. I'm sure you guys have too. So it's definitely... doesn't seem like it's... Your oh shit moment. You got one? Something that comes to mind?
No, don't really have any event that's oh shit. Like, yeah.
No?
No.
Nobody dunked on you in your first year?
Nobody what?
Nobody dunked on you in your first year and you were...
I'm sure it happened. I don't remember who. I'm sure. I'm always, I don't know who. But.
All right. So let's move to the questions from Podcast Incubator fans. Terrence, we got a question for you. Do you think playing in the G League made you a better player, and how was the G League experience? Obviously, it's something that you had to go through earlier in your career, so how would you say that reflected on you?
Yeah, I think playing in the G League was great for me, especially because it helped me understand the NBA game, understand what I was good at and what I wasn't good at, and it helped me just be able to see and know in my game what I need to work on.
Was it like a humbling experience?
Yeah, that first call, when you get that call, I actually got my first call like a week before, no, 3 days before Christmas, so it was a great Christmas gift.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long were you there? It was in
2
and out,
months or a month and a half.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
How was your? How did you experience the little? Because you played in the G League a little bit, not at all. I thought for a moment you were going back and forth.
No.
Early in your career.
No, we didn't use our G League team.
Not in moments.
No, this guy's too good for this.
Too good for that.
Don't
Too
No,
good
it's
for
not
that.
true.
No, it's crazy because sometimes I've seen guys come from EuroLeague. You know, they're going to be the best player in Europe, and then they come to the NBA, and then people are talking about the G League, and you never know when things might change. But question for you, OG. What would you say are, how did you experience the cultural differences between the Canadian and the US fan base? You obviously being a guy from UK, international player, but you played in Toronto, so how would you say?
I think it's pretty similar. I think Toronto and like New York are very similar cities, so there wasn't a big difference really. And they love basketball as well too, so.
Okay. New York City is a different place to play in.
Yeah, New York is a crazy place to play, but it's amazing, yeah.
When Knicks are doing well, it feels like NBA is in a different,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Terrence, you're going to Brooklyn, going back home, basically. That's where you're born, right? So, yeah, it's going to be nice playing at home.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to be able to play in front of my close friends and family, like for the first time consistently.
That's always different. All right, so obviously, international landscape has changed. OG, you having a passport from UK. How do you feel about chances of UK in the Eurobasket?
I think they have a good chance. I mean, I hope they win. But, I mean, there's a lot of great teams, so whoever wins will be very deserving.
But things are slowly moving, right, in the UK in terms of basketball?
For sure. Basketball's growing each and every year.
Yeah, London is becoming a hub of, the NBA teams go there to play the games.
No, for
Do
sure.
you see it growing in the years to come?
Playing in London a game?
Yeah, and, obviously, not something we have to talk about, but NBA Europe is something that's going to happen eventually, it seems like it, and London is definitely one of the spots.
No, I'm sure it's going to happen soon, and yeah, it'll be awesome to play in London.
Okay. So, I know you guys play with a lot of guys from the Balkans area, from former Yugoslavia, from Serbians, Croatians. Do you keep an eye out on European basketball? Like, do you know some guys, some teams, and would you ever actually consider it?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that I play with in high school and college that play in Europe, and they seem like they're having a great time, so I'll definitely strongly consider it.
Crowds are different in Europe, right?
For sure.
You can see the crazy energy, the fires, the scars, and all of it. OG, what about yourself?
Yeah, I have a lot of former teammates and then also just friends playing over here, so I definitely keep up to date with what's going on.
Fantastic. I want to thank you guys for your time, but before we finish, I want to say I hope we get a big round of applause for our guests. Please, everybody, big round of applause for Terrence Mann and OG Anunoby. Skechers on the court tour, finishing now. You guys are off to your next stop tomorrow. Thank you everyone for being here.